Hello and welcome to the Entrant. So today we'll be discussing about biological classification, like that how living organisms are classified into different. There are different kingdoms. There are different kingdoms where animals are classified, and we'll be discussing about that. Okay. So let's start. This is class 11th biology chapter. This is chapter number 2. So let's start it. So first of all, let us know what is biological classification. Biological classification is a process by which scientists group the living organisms. Organisms are classified on the basis of their morphological characters, their behaviors, and etc. There have been many attempts to classify living organisms. Okay, बहुत जब से human civilization शुरू हुआ था तब से बहुत classify करने को बहुत many attempts they have tried, but Aristotle was the earliest to attempt the scientific basis of classification. So this is very important. Who is the earliest to attempt scientific basis for classification? So you will be answering Aristotle. Okay. What Aristotle does was that he used simple morphological characteristics to classify plants into trees, shrubs, and herbs. Okay, trees, shrubs, herbs, पता है सबको. So it was going well until the time of Carolus Linnaeus. There was a scientist named Carolus Linnaeus, and in his time, he proposed two kingdom classification, which are classified as plants and animals, plants and animalia, like that. Plants, different types of plants are put into plant kingdom, and the animals are put into animal kingdom. Uh, but still, there are large number of organisms like fungi, algae, which didn't fall into either category. So this was not fully acceptable classification for biological living substances. Okay. So Robert Whittaker, by the name of Robert Whittaker, the scientist, in 1969 he proposed the five kingdom classification, which are named as Monera, Protista, fungi, plants, and animalia. The main criteria for this classification used by him include cell structure, body organization, mode of nutrition, reproduction, and phylogenetic relationship. So he proposed five kingdom classification. If question comes like who proposed the five kingdom classification, the correct answer will be R.H. Whittaker, and in 1969. So let's go into some more detail of these five kingdoms. So at first, the kingdom Monera. At first comes kingdom Monera. So who are the members? The bacteria are the sole member of this. The bacteria are the sole member of this kingdom. Okay. Kingdom Monera. Bacteria, there are all the bacteria are put into the same kingdom Monera. Their bacteria are microorganisms and are found in abundance. Okay, a small spoonful of bacteria might have thousands or millions of bacteria in it. Bacteria can survive in the extreme climates, extreme conditions like hot springs, deserts, snows, deep oceans, and very other life forms can survive. And many of them can live in or on other organism as parasites. हम लोग के बॉडी के अंदर भी बहुत सारे बैक्टीरियाज है जो कि हम लोग को हेल्प करते हैं, ऐसे टाइप के कुछ. तो बैक्टीरियाज आर द मेन मेंबर्स ऑफ किंगडम मोनेरा. किंगडम मोनेरा मतलब बैक्टीरियाज. You should know that. So and the bacteria are grouped under four categories like spherical coccus, like that they are spherical. With the name you can understand that these are spherical bacteria. Spherical. Okay, good. This type of bacteria are there. And second is rod shaped. Rod shaped is this type of rod shaped bacillus. And Vibrium and Spiralium. Vibrium are like comma shaped bacteria. Their shape looks like comma. Okay, comma. Sorry, my drawing is not that nice. And Spiralium are spiral shaped bacteria. This type of bacteria are there. Uh, if you haven't seen the structure of bacteria, and if you see it, you will see that the bacteria structure is very simple, but they are very complex in behavior. Okay, they have RNA and some also have DNA that we'll be discussing on the other chapters. uh, and there is a capsule which protects the bacteria from the outer surroundings, and these bacteria are sole members of the kingdom Monera. Okay, let's get some example of kingdom Monera. Kingdom Monera consists Archaebacteria. Firstly, Archaebacteria. So what are Archaebacteria? These bacteria are special since they live in some of the harsh habitat, such as in extreme salt areas, hot springs, and marshy areas. Okay, Archaebacteria has a capability to live in harsh environments. These Archaebacteria differ from other bacteria in having different cell wall structure, and this feature is responsible in their survival in extreme conditions. Their cell structure is different. Their capsule which protects the bacteria is modified, so this gives them special ability to survive in harsh conditions. Okay, and another bacteria is Eubacteria. Eubacteria is nothing but true bacteria. It is also known as true bacteria. These bacteria are classified by the presence of a rigid cell wall, and if motile, a flagellum. A flagellum like that. This type of bacteria. Yeah, suppose this is bacteria, and the cell wall is here, which protects the bacteria, and flagellum is said to be this type of outgrowth, this type of like flagella structure, which helps them to be motile. Okay, they can move with the help of this flagella. Okay, so these include kingdom Monera. So let's go to another kingdom, which is kingdom Protista. So what are kingdom Protista? All single-celled eukaryotes are placed under Protista, but the boundaries of this kingdom is not well defined. Boundaries are not well defined for this kingdom Protista. So let me tell you what eukaryotes are. Eukaryotes means which have a definite nucleus, and prokaryotes and eukaryotes are there. Prokaryotes means which don't have a well defined nucleus, and eukaryotes are those which have well defined nucleus in other organelles. So they are single celled eukaryotes, but their boundaries of this kingdom is not well defined. So members of these protista are mostly aquatic. They mostly live in oceans and seas, etc. And protists produce sexually and asexually by process involving cell fusion and zygote formation. Okay, they use cell fusion. They use cell fusion and zygote formation. Cell fusion is like Cell fusion is there is two cells which fuse to form fuse between one another to form another daughter cell. Okay, this is cell fusion. uh, Examples of protists are chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, euglenoids, slime molds, and protozoans. uh, you must have heard about the blue lightning in ocean floors. This is due to dinoflagellates. Okay, dinoflagellate is present, and the golden algae is also known as chrysophytes. Okay, so this will be discussing. So this is chrysophytes, which is also known as golden algae, and this is dinoflagellates. This is the blue color in the shore of the ocean. You can see, you might have seen in some movies. These types of lightning is done by dinoflagellates, and this is euglenoid. Okay, and these is slime molds. If we keep our breads for long, they get slime molds, and due to which they smell bad. So because of this presence of this, and this is a protozoan. Okay, so let's move to the another kingdom. By the name it is by the name of kingdom fungi. So what are kingdom fungi? Kingdom fungi constitute a unique kingdom of heterotrophic organisms. They show a great diversity. They show a great diversity in morphology and habitat. Okay, you must have seen fungi on moist bread and rotten fruits. Okay, so I have discussed like slime mold. There are certain fungi which also attack bread, and they show great diversity. And have you seen the mushrooms which we eat in Japan, in China? They eat mushrooms, right? So these mushrooms are also belong to kingdom fungi, and toadstools are also fungi. This is the typical mushroom. They prefer to grow in warm and humid areas. Okay, they are grown in warm and humid areas, so they can't be seen in winter areas like Alaska, some part of Russia. They are not seen in there. But if the condition is warm and humid, so they can be grown. They can be grown. Okay, most fungi are heterotrophic. Heterotrophic means they use other source for their nutrition. Not autotrophic. Not autotrophic are the plants which, with the help of photosynthesis, absorb sunlight and produce their own food. But they are heterotrophic means they depend on other organisms or other things to get nutrition. So what they do is they absorb soluble organic matter from dead substrate, hence they are called saprophytes. These fungi absorb the organic matter which is obtained by dead substrate. Like you can see this type of mushrooms in dead plants. They grow so these types of dead substrates, and due to this they are also called saprophytes. Okay, the name saprophyte is given to them because they absorb soluble organic matter from dead substrate. Okay, and there is two more kingdoms, kingdom plant kingdom and animal kingdom, which is a lengthy topic, so it we will be discussing this in next video. Okay, so there are two more kingdoms, which are kingdom plantae and kingdom animalia, and which is these are lengthy topics because there are different types of plants, different types of animals are there. So this is a bit lengthy topic, so we'll be discussing this in next video. So hope you guys like it. If you like it, please things to say, please let me know in the comment section below. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you.